Hey, whatnotters and perspectives. Welcome in to another episode. I think we're on episode 43 of Live Sound 365. Sensitive topic today. I'm going to lead with that. I want to talk about how, and this is just a daily chew, how to combat mimicry in the live sales space. As Whatnot grows, more and more competition comes. It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of capitalism. It's going to happen. I just want to offer a chew on, I'm not an expert either. I come in peace, okay? I just want to offer a chew on like some stuff that we could consider if this is a thing in our journey, okay? So if you're new to me, hello. My name is Tamika Crow of Custom Wood Burning. I have been selling heat gun art on Whatnot for 3 years and recently came here to just share some insights and chews and things with you guys. And so I'm glad you're here. And 3 things that have to do with mimicry. It's more common now than it's been, I must say, with raid trains, with products, with catchphrases, with it's social selling, with everything that can. Somebody sees something working and they go, shoot, bet, let me, I can do that, you know? And so what can we do about it, right? I don't want to call any names out, but and if you're listening, if this is you, feel free to call yourself out. But I loved one of the sellers that I absolutely adore approached it as when this happened to them recently, approached it as, well, you know what, this person's copying me, so I figure I got 2 choices. I can just like be mad or I can be motivated, basically. And they chose to be motivated. I personally, just my opinion, don't come for me. I personally believe that if one is in a position like that, like, yes, mimicry is the highest form of flattery. Okay, not everybody agrees with that, fine. However, if somebody is mimicking us, it just plain and simple, we have to acknowledge, or can acknowledge, that they see something working with us. They see success in some way, shape, or form. That's why they're wanting to copy it, right? People don't copy trash, right? So it is a compliment, but it is also super frustrating. People work really hard for their ideas and implementing them, and then someone comes along and just swoops it up with none of the back work to go into it. I get it, trust me. However, it is, I just want to say, like, take it with a little bit of, you know what, number 1, that means I'm doing something right. Number 2, this is my belief, it means you're ready to level up, right? Like, life gives you things when you're ready for it. Like, as you walk, the path becomes clear, type of woo-woo. Anyway, here's 3 things to chew on. Number 1 is really, really, really have a look-see at products. This is number 1. If we have generic products, they're really easy to copy. It is what it is. By generic, what I mean is, if somebody has 2 packages that are unlabeled, if they, no names inside or outside the packages, just the product, right? Your product is in one of them, your competitor's product is in the other one. Can your buyer, or even if it's like a newer buyer, can your product be distinguished among the 2, right? If the product itself does not scream that it came from you, does not scream that it points back and leads back to you, there's an opportunity there, right? Not only is there an opportunity for us as the sellers to have like a signature something built into our products, but there's an opportunity for other people to copy us, right? Because if people don't know the difference, then what's stopping them, right? Especially if there's a price difference. People are going to go with, you know, it's just like people go, you're going to buy the $5,000 handbag or the one that just looks just like it for $50. You know what I mean? It's the nature of how people shop and this kind of thing. These are just chews. All right. I can feel somebody going, okay, these are just chews. I'm just saying. Signature products are an opportunity. And the way we know if it's signature is that test right there. Is your product recognizable amongst the competitors? If it is, you're doing great. That's perfect. If it's not, there's an opportunity to consider. That's the chew there. And that's a branding thing, right? There could be packaging and fluff that goes along with it, certain colors, certain whatever vibe, style. Built into the products though is the key. That's the key. Visibility is the next thing. Visibility. This is really hard. This is really hard because we all have to start small. We all start at zero. We all have to make a name for ourselves. And if our idea gets snatched up in the process of making a name for ourselves by like a larger seller, for instance, that's way more visible, that is really, really, really hard. I've seen it happen specifically with raid trains, but also a couple other, catchphrases and things. This is really hard, but it's still worth pointing out that if we're not seen, if we're not visible, then we're not known, and our products are not known. And so it's kind of, I want to liken it a little bit to like if a tree falls in the woods. Does anybody, you know what I mean? If we're live just doing a pop-up here and there, or if we create something like, for instance, if we have a raid train idea, but then we don't implement it, we just talk about it, and then you see that raid train pop up 3 months later. It's like, well, did they copy you? Right? What's the consensus? This is what I mean by visibility. What's the consensus? Because nobody saw your raid train. All we see is this one that's actually running. And so as far as anyone's concerned, they did it first. You know what I mean? And so there's things like that. And then there's just things like, seller A is only live once a week selling 10 items, and then seller B is live 5 days a week, and they're like hustling, 50 to 100 items per show that they're selling. It's very different visibility wise. And so seller A might be upset with seller B if they take one of the concepts away. But to the audience, to the broader audience, like it's a hard pill to swallow that like, hey, no, they got that from me. It's like, it's tricky, right? So if we are going to have like these novice ideas and products and things, the point here is that we have to be ready to show up with them. If we're not showing up, then no one's seeing us, and it's just part of it, right? Number 3 has to do with trust. Building trust through consistency and accessibility. I wrote down here, sets basically the foundation for buyers to choose us over competitors, right? So we have to, if I make soap, for instance, which I'm not going to give out the recipe, by the way, like intellectual property, keep that. Trade secrets, keep that, right? Because if you give it away and then someone copies it, it's like, well, you kind of gave it to them, right? So keep trade secrets if you got them. But just to use soap as an example, if I'm selling soap and I have like a signature something, dish soap, for instance, like a bar of dish soap. I got one of these on Whatnot. It's freaking amazing. I don't see anybody copying it, like maybe, but it's freaking amazing. But the thing with consistency is I want more of that, right? So I need, in order to choose that seller every time, I need that seller to be accessible. Like, so when I'm ready to re-up, like I can get the thing that I'm after, right? Because if they're not accessible, bet that I'm going to start looking for the next person. If I'm out and they're not available, they take 2 weeks off, or they're like out of stock every time I go in there, like I'm looking for another person. I need the accessibility, but also just the consistency in the product itself. If I buy something and I love it to where I want to come back and be a repeat buyer, I don't want them to send me something different. I don't want the recipe to change between the last time I bought it and this time. This goes for snacks. This goes for all kinds of like skincare stuff. This could go with a lot of makers products, right? If people like what you have, keep it consistent, right? Because they're coming back for more of that consistency in the actual like product and accessibility create this like, you know, buyer logic of like, yeah, every time I'm choosing this person, right? I don't care who else copying them, because I don't want to even gamble with that. I know that this seller is going to fulfill this order to my expectation every single time. And that's valuable, right? That is valuable. Buyers will choose that every single time. So I'm not saying this is going to make it so no one's going to copy us. I'm just saying some things that we can do to combat it, because it will happen. Strong emphasis on signature products. If people can't recognize that it's from you, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard journey, right? So there's opportunity there. I'm just saying, if people are already buying your products and they love them, that's amazing, right? Make sure they know it's from you. That's it. There's also a marketing opportunity there. I'm just saying, if you're making stuff and there's no signature, nothing on it, everyone else besides that buyer who sees it can't link it back to you, and they can't like it won't spark in their mind to like come buy that from you as well. I'm just saying, but signature products, huge. Visibility matters, and then consistency in products and accessibility. These things, I believe, make a world of difference. From what I'm seeing, from what I've seen. Okay, so don't come for me, or do. If I missed anything, or if you have any thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm just here with the chew. Okay, so for now, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, happy live selling. Bye-bye.